Hi class. In this lesson, we're going to practice a long division problem here with the remainder. So what I'd like you to do here is go ahead and, when you're ready, pause the video with your math notebook and pencil. We're going to go ahead and try this long division problem using our long division steps here. So give it a try, see if you can find what the remainder is. And I'll go ahead and, when you're done, you can unpause the video. I'll solve the problem, and you can just kind of compare your work to mine. If you got it right, then you're kind of way to go. If you have any issues, just note what parts of your problem were different than my problem, my solution rather. And did you miss a step or skip a step, or did you have an issue? And do correct your work. So if there's something in your work that wasn't right, go back as I'm working and correct it. So go ahead and pause the video now and solve this problem, 125 divided by 6. And then I'll go ahead and solve it. All right, so you've solved the problem here. You have the answer. I'm going to go ahead and solve it now too, and we'll see kind of how it went for you there. So I'm going to start with step 1, which is divide. And I ask a question: how many groups? How many groups of 6 can I make with 1? Well, I can't make any groups of 6 with 1. I cannot make a group of 6. So I'm going to use that shortcut that I showed you in the last lesson, which is if I can't make any groups of 6 with 1, I'm actually I'm not going to move on to step 2 or 3. I'm actually going to extend that question. How many groups of 6 can I make with 12? This is a shortcut that will come in handy. Let's see here. Well, what are multiples of 6? 6, 12. Oh, there we go, 12. Got it. And how many groups was that? I'm just going to number my groups. That was 2 groups. If you want, you could have gone ahead and written down a few multiples in case you need them. But for now, let's see here. I've got 2 groups. So before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Now, where do I write that? I don't write it above the 1, remember, because I already tried making groups of 6 with 1, and I couldn't make any. I made 0 groups. So I'm going to add that 0 there over there now. If I'm recording my answer, technically I don't count that 0. If I were typing it in IXL, I wouldn't type a 0 at the beginning of a number. It's just a placeholder. All right, well, how many groups of 6 can I make with 12? I can make 2 groups of 6. I'm going to record that before I forget, and right away I'm going to multiply 2 times 6. I just wrote the 2 down. I want to multiply it right away. Step 2, multiply. 2 times 6 is, well, I just answered it, it's 12. And right away I just wrote down the 12, and I want to move on to step 3, which is subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. Step 4, bring down the 5. And step 6, which is repeat. So I'll go right back up to step 1. Divide. How many groups? How many groups of 6 can I make with 5? How many groups of 6 can I make with 5? Well, if I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can I make a group of 6? I cannot make a group of 6 with 5, so the answer is 0. All right, and right away I'm going to move on to step 2, which is multiply. Multiply the number I just wrote down. 0 times 6 is 0. And I'm going to move right on to step 3, subtract the number I just wrote down, 0. Subtract 5 minus 0 is 5. And bring down, but there's nothing to bring down, which means I am done with this problem. But I've got something left over. I have something remaining. So that is going to be my remainder. The answer is 20 with a remainder of 5. So how did you do? Did you have any trouble? Was it pretty easy? If you had any trouble, can you find the spot where you're having some issues? Maybe make a note of it in your notebook. That's something that would be great to bring up at a small group lesson. our next lesson or during office hours. And go ahead and get started working on those IXL for this. Right up to 80%, take a screenshot and submit that. And look forward to seeing your work. I'm sure you'll do a great job.